So I'll say it's off the top. Any movie that makes Blake Lively look unattractive can't be that good, right? And with that, welcome to another episode of The Real Mentor. My goal, as always, is to enhance your movie watching experience. So the rhythm section, the newest movie starring Blake Lively, of course, Miss Ryan Reynolds here in this, and a movie which the trailer kind of promises sexy, thrilling action film, but this movie delivered nothing sexy, barely any action, and barely any thrills. So here we have Blake Lively, who plays as a woman whose family died in an airplane bombing about 3 years before. Now she's pretty much devastated, harboring all that emotion, and she's lost. She's into drugs. She's turning tricks now and all that. And she's given one day afforded the opportunity to try to take revenge on those who were responsible for the bombing. And eventually runs into someone like Jude Law, who plays, this ex-mysterious agent who kind of helps train her and points her in the right direction to go ahead and take revenge for her family. And again, a very simple premise, something we've seen 1,000 times. And I knew that going in, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot from that standpoint. But the problem is, and I only blame Blake Lively. She's actually fine. I like Blake Lively, and she's okay for the most part. And it's really just a very poor script here. I don't know what the hell was going on half the time. Things are very muddled, unclear, convoluted, which should have been a very simple revenge story. And, which just can't be forgiven if, at least from the action standpoint, like the trailers kind of made it seem to be. I kept thinking of Peppermint, with Jennifer Garner a couple years back. Not that it was a great movie, but in terms of at least nothing else had some okay action in it. This one lacked a lot of that, lacked any excitement. This is a 2-hour movie, which really very slow paced. Not much, it's pretty dull, not much goes on. There's a couple of action scenes in the middle and towards the end. But unfortunately, Blake Lively is not really, and it's not a movie about someone who has been trained to kick some ass. She's not. She's almost reluctant and doesn't even want to kill anybody. And so she kind of just tries to do her best to kind of figure out who is really behind it all. And how she came up with it at the end, it was really confusing. It's not unclear, these characters, the motivations behind them, who they are. It's not clear. So you have a hard time following what's really going on. You know about her, and that's anybody, and that's about it. Anybody else you don't know much about. It's very mysterious and doesn't make things very clear. The action is not shot very well when there is action on screen. I understand what they were going for, the director's going for, trying to give us the action from her perspective, but it just didn't work. It was hard to follow, and it's hard to really buy into what's going on, because if you can't see the action well, it kind of falls apart. This whole movie falls apart, and ultimately is one I definitely can't recommend. It's, those, at least something with Red Sparrow, which is something I kind of equate to this movie in terms of just in tone. At least Red Sparrow has some sexiness behind it, and the trailers kind of promise something like that. You get none of that here. The action's not there, thrills not there. It's confusing, convoluted, and ultimately kind of a dull watch. And a 2-hour runtime, it needed a lot more punch behind to kind of keep you engaged. And this one lacked everything, all the above in terms of that goes. So as an action movie, it failed. As a thriller, it failed. As just a basic story that should have been, it failed. I can't recommend it, not even on videos. One you can definitely skip and not worry about. If you watch it, you're gonna forget about it in about an hour after the fact. It's not worth your money. That being said, you guys wanna check it out, comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.